Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. Behind us here is Tim's Flannel Man. I don't know if he's in frame or not. 2019 Subaru Crosstrek with a 6-speed manual. And that's what I was going to get before I got my Outback. And then I got the Outback, and then Tim got this. And there's another Subaru you haven't seen yet, and we'll do that in another video in the future. But today we're here with the Crosstrek, and it's bad rear wheel bearings. Subarus are infamous about eating rear wheel bearings. Tim's got both of them. Let's put both of them in after we get it in the air. So Tim's wheel bearings have been going out since he bought this car. They were like that. Tim also bought the car wrecked, and you can't even tell it now.
Yeah, I was going to film it, but I failed.
he did not film it, so I told him he should have. I think he's got a couple pictures of it though wrecked, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
So if he'll shoot me those pictures, I'll put them in the video somewhere right in this area. There's a guy I watch on TikTok, TE videos. He does some really cool stuff. He works for a Honda dealer. Gonna get the caliper off and pull the rotor and then start knocking the bearing out. Caliper's off, pulling the caliper bracket now. Gonna leave the pads in it. You can also pull just the bracket if you want to do that and leave the caliper attached to the bracket. World's tiniest brake pads. Work the rotor off. Very nice.
Nice and pretty.
Super pretty. Very nice. Good stuff. Now you can get lucky on some of these. Let the hardware just rest there. Pull the bearing out from between it. First we got to get the axle nut off and see if that's going to be a possibility on this one. So the axle nut came loose just fine. Now we're going to hit it with a little bit of the good stuff. That's all the good stuff I'm going to put on it because this stuff is like $52 a bottle. I'm not even kidding. It's expensive. If you have to put any more coral than that, you're doing it wrong. And they changed the name. It used to be called Aero Crawl. Now it's just called Crawl. I don't know if it's as good as it was or not, but we'll find out. You also never want to hit directly on the CV axle, so get you like a brass piece of brass. Brass is soft. It'll absorb the shock. Now that that moved, and you see how free that moves now? It's not going to be a problem. I do want to pull the wheel speed sensor. I normally don't, but it's right there because you can potentially snap that if you're not careful. They get seized in place though, and they don't want to come out. So we're going to be extra careful, which is the regular amount of careful. You just say extra because Tim's standing here. This is the normal amount of, well, if it breaks, you can replace it careful. It's got a 10 that holds it in. That's out. And then you can use some pliers, which we're gonna have to because it's stuck. Figure that. We'll put a tiny little touch of, that was too many touches. But we did it anyway. We'll get a pair of pliers. And then we'll snap it, and then we'll take it out.
Snap it out.
Snap it out, yeah. One of two things will happen. It'll come out, or we'll have to go buy one. So that one came out like I told you it would. You know, you never worried about those. So we have all the bolts out of the wheel bearing now. And this is the part where either good stuff happens or we're gonna be here a while.
Yeah.
Because Subaru wheel bearings are no fun. So So I'm gonna stand right here like this. Yep. So we'll be back in a minute, folks. I think oh. Look at that. Now you hold the drum assembly. And look at that, your parking brake stuff, unscathed. Everything is just fine. You don't have to go pulling all that crap off. Some of the Foresters you do.
Oh,
But the Crosstrek and stuff you don't.
you
Now,
can feel the bare spot in it.
first thing Tim said was he wiggled the wheel and he's like, it doesn't move. It doesn't have play. And I was like, a bunch of these newer cars, it's not like the old school bearings where you tighten them down to adjust the preload. These sealed bearings,
You can feel a flat spot in it.
yeah, they'll still be good and tight if you try to shake the wheel around. So that's not a good method anymore of determining if you got a bad bearing. And this is why they get stuck, because they're so far in there, they're recessed probably 3/4 of an inch into this knuckle. And you can see how rusty and nasty this one is. We're gonna clean this up real good in here, hit it with some fluid film, so that in 30,000 miles, when I put the next set of bearings in it, maybe it won't be so bad. I don't know if you can hear it.
I can hear it going down the road.
Probably can't even hear that. But this thing was noisy. Junk. Let's put the new one in. And we're back. You just missed it, but I fluid filmed everything and the bearing just slid right in. Just like that. So now, there it goes. We'll just get our bolts, line everything back up back here. So we got that one started in the top right. This bottom left is a little harder to get to. I should have done it the opposite way, but there it goes. And then if you can get your hand in here, there it goes. Just like that. And if you look back here, this mating surface is flush. Right there. That means you're all the way against it, besides torquing it down. And like Tim's doing, then you just start your other two bolts, tighten everything down, snug it up. Axle nut, all that good stuff will be done. I need this 17 short and that ratchet.
This ratchet?
Yep. Voila.
Look, I'm helpful.
Like wings on a penguin. Slip our caliper bracket back on, and because we pushed the caliper in before we took it off with a screwdriver, it goes right back in the way it should. The worst part about it is the dirt and the threads on this. Oh, so let's move to a faster implement of destruction. That one took. Didn't have to use plastic. Cool beans. We'll put the wheel back on and move to the other side. There you go. We've made it to the other side of the car now. Took a little while. Here we are. Tim's got the wheel. Everything is just going to be the reverse order of how we started. Small flathead, go in here, grab the caliper. Oh, this one don't want to move as much. Come on. There it goes. Once you get some play in that rotor, that's enough. That's all you really got to do. One. Neutral, drop it, caliper comes off, hang it up there, bolts, magnet tray so you don't lose them. 12, switch to a 10. Go ahead and pull that bolt out of the wheel speed sensor. Then you got your caliper bracket, those are 17s. Let's see if we can pop these loose. Oh yeah. Nothing to it but to do it. There's one. Almost. This one's a little bit tricky. I keep spinning the washer. There's two. Pads slide right off. Set the whole thing down. Then rotor, throw it on the ground, put a good dent in it. Let's get our pliers, see if we can get the speed sensor loose. The other side came loose. Ta-da! Both speed sensors out. You're not going to bend or break those. Now 32 mil for the axle nut. Same as the other side. It's out.
Hey, that was going.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but when we started, that one's free. So there's half your battle right there. Now all that's left is the bolts again. Put our 17 up. Put our, get our, let's see, 14. We need the extension. Don't fall, Tim. Cody's over here laughing. He saw that. Tim doesn't fall, in case you're wondering. It's impossible. Except that one time that he fell. Other than that one time, it doesn't happen.
I fell another time.
We don't talk about the other time. Let's switch to a deep. Get rid of that setup with the extension. See if this works better. For some reason, I don't quite have the same kind of leverage I had on the other side. It's like it's different, but somehow still the same. Come on. Alright. Those two are loose. Move over to the driver's side. Driver's side. The back two. Stab your shoulder blade against that world's sharpest mud flat thing, whatever that is. There we go. There's one. Let's do a big extension. There's two. See if the bolt will come out. Yet one. Two bolts into the magnet tray. Do away with our extension. Bottom bolt. Top bolt. Now, do we even need to spray it, or do you think it's just going to fall right out of there? It's not falling right out of there. They never do. Alright. something that works good is if you can spray it into the actual bolt hole, because you know the bolt hole goes through all three pieces, and this stuff will creep down there between all three pieces and maybe help you get it loose quicker. It moved. Huzzah. I can't hear out of my left ear. And that's it. That's your Subaru rear wheel bearing. Just like before, we'll put a little bit more around that. Give it a whack. Not yet. What was our time? 7 minutes, 21 seconds. She's out. Let's clean it up, put it back together. Tim's got his new wheel bearing. He's cleaned all this stuff up. He's missing a step though. We gotta get some fluid film and make a big sticky mess in here. Like I said, in 30,000 miles, and I got to put another set of bearings in it. This just might allow us to take it apart again. Maybe. Depends. Tim's going to take this and do the Dalton Highway in it, so I don't know how it'll survive after that. But
I don't know what the Dalton Highway is.
you going up all the way past Dead Horse,
What is a dead horse?
Alaska.
Oh, no.
Let's scoot this guy over so that clips out of your way.
No, I need to do the other side.
If it's in the way, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
And slide them, rotate it. Yeah. Make sure it's lined up pretty good.
You
only give one shot, do not miss your chance. Oh, there you go. She's in.
I just want to make sure that I got it around the same. You know, it only goes one way.
Right. Well, yeah, you'll have to walk this
Throw it on the ground.
like that. And then try to start you a bolt. Pick one and go.
That's it.
Alright, back. Now start it. Now we'll tighten them all up with a regular ratchet. Start putting it back together like we did the other side. All right, we were checking and we had a stuck caliper bolt, so I'm about to fix it. Almost, there it goes. Pop. Moisture gets in there and then this happens.
Squirrel.
So we're just gonna let this sit here and cook for a minute. And then we'll hit it with some spray and try it again. So she's been heating. Look at that, she's starting to go. Turn our torch off, watch your eyeballs. Sometimes if it's hot, it whooshes. There she goes. And that's how you get a stuck caliper pin out. Don't touch it, it's still probably hot. Now we gotta clean it up. Got this cleaned out with some pipe cleaner and brake fluid, and got this cleaned off with a wire wheel. Look at that. Done. Got it greased up, got the little boot thing put back on. Check that out. That's what you want. Let's go put it back on now. Tim's gonna mount his wheel back up. We're gonna call this one done. Then we can go drive it. Tim taking it out for the first test drive. Got the 6-speed manual. Let us know how it does. All right, Tim, how'd your Subaru drive?
It drives wonderful.
Is it quiet now?
It is quiet.
What are you doing now?
Taking clips out of a, what year is it? The 2020 Subaru Outback.
This one's Cody's. So I got mine, and then Tim wanted one, so he went and bought the Crosstrek. He bought it wrecked from the auction, got a heck of a deal on it. And after he bought it and put new doors on it, Cody, we went and found this one, sold our Challenger outright, and then bought this one. So what do you think? Subaru Outback, this is the 6th generation, which is the current generation. It just doesn't have the facelift bumper on it. So it has the square fog lights rather than the, it's got the vertical ones, you know, the up and down rectangles instead of the circles. But everything else is the same. She's nice. So we're not gonna end the video just yet. Cody's working on removing his fog lights that go here, like that. And we're gonna tint the lenses on them yellow. He's got some of the film, to cut the fit film to put on it. So we're gonna do that. Then we'll go follow up with Tim's car, drive it, and then we'll be done. After we're back. Somehow Tim ended up doing all the work, but there she is with the yellow fogs. Very nice, very nice. Now to go play with the exhaust for a second. Yeah. This one's going bad. It was rough. Night and day difference, huh?
Night and day difference. Look at this snazzy little setup we got here. Got the Crosstrek, the Outback, and then the Outback. And Flannel Man.
Yeah, Flannel Man.
I ain't got one today. It's kind of kind of sad that I didn't put one on today. I didn't know I was going to be doing this, so I'll look at it for the viewers.
Do it for the vine.
Instead of YouTube.
Well, now we're gonna go home and eat lunch, and then we'll follow up with Tim's car again. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Now you can hear yourself think when you're driving it.
You sure can.
Before this, it was so loud. It just had a constant behind you the whole time you drove it.
Sounds so good.
6-speed. I'm jealous of that 6-speed. That's some nice shit.
I like it. Deer.
Where'd they go?
I don't know. They went all, they're right there at the creek.
Yep. I wonder if they're gonna cut through. I don't guess so.
Hi, so it's me here because Dad forgot to film an outro part of this video, so drop a comment down below, let me know what you think, and thank you all for watching.